Andy and I spent a bunch of time looking around for a really good spot for this trip. We're building a winter shelter and we want to be able to access it during the winter, so we spent a good chunk of time searching around for an accessible area that wasn't per se too easy for other people to get to, but it didn't push the limits of my truck too hard. We definitely managed to almost get it stuck a couple of times, but we got out every time and we actually managed to find a really good spot. We're going to be building a permanent winter shelter, which is a lot of fun, and we're going to hopefully be able to do multiple trips here and then come back in the winter when everything's all built and prepped so we can do some really fun winter camping.
Hey guys, how's it going? Andy's back with me on this trip. We're doing something a little different this time. We are building a winter shelter, bushcraft style, for the upcoming winter season for camping. So we're here because the ground is nice and soft, so we'll be able to do some really good building and get a solid foundation going for a shelter. We want to be able to do a good bushcraft winter camp. So that's the goal. So before we go any further, if you could subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up, it really helps the channel out and, you know, keeps us out here building stuff and doing cool things. So yeah, now we're gonna get to building. Our site that we've picked is just back here. It's been a pretty tough drive getting in here. There are some really rough trails we had to get on. It's really deep into the back country, so it's gonna be tough to get here in the winter, but it'll be a fun trip on it.
It's gonna be great.
You happy to be back?
I'm very happy.
Good. All right,
Always happy.
we're gonna check out the spot and then we're gonna start moving some gear and get building. So this is where Andy and I have decided to build a permanent winter camp. We're gonna be building off of this tree here and this tree here. We're gonna be building back this way and have a cooking and fire pit area right kind of where the camera is now, up in this forward spot. And we're gonna have walls coming all the way back here with a lean-to style roof coming back. At least that's the plan. So we're gonna get building on that, and we'll show you what we're doing as we're doing it. And hopefully this will be a cool build. It's probably gonna be a multi-stage build, but you know, nothing wrong with that. It's gonna be perfect. At least we hope. So all that deadfall out there, that's what we're building this shelter with. It's kind of why we picked this area, because there's a ton of deadfall everywhere. And if you go just a little further, I think this is 10 feet from our camp. Look at all that deadfall. There's tons of it. So Andy went around and found a really nice ridge pole for us. We're gonna set it up really nice and high so that we have head clearance. So we're gonna throw that up now. We're gonna start it off with a Canadian jam and then tie it off with a bow line after a little bit of lashing on each side, so that way it's nice and secure. So we want it to butt up against this.
Yeah,
right?
go further. So we're coming up with a plan here, and I think this is gonna be the back of the shelter since we have our ridge pole up there. There's a bit of stuff going on right here, a bit of a stump that's kind of making it a little hard to go a bit further back. But our plan is we're gonna have a wall that comes up here, as opposed to having the lean-to come all the way down. It's only gonna come down to about here or so.
It's sand.
Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah. Oh. Dude. Pound it a bit.
Going in.
There you go.
Once this gets hot, this will be good.
Here, you can pull it. Other way. There you go, that direction. I'll pull it back my way. Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Get it around the corner. There you go.
Perfect. One, I guess. There we go.
Thanks. All right, our walls are all done. They are stuffed full of moss. Everything's looking really cool. This is gonna be really nice and warm in the winter. There's no holes, there's no cracks. This is gonna be a little fireplace that we're gonna build later. And that is that. Looking pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. I like it a lot. It's looking nice. The roof is all done, finally. Only took forever. So this is what it looks like from inside the shelter. No light is poking through at all, which is really nice, which means it's good and tight. I'm gonna sneak through here. I'm gonna get a shot of the back. Look at that. So we completely covered the back with moss, and we did it with shingles. So we took like big chunks of moss and then we shingled it all the way up to help prevent water from coming in, and it just seals it all up really nice. It'll be wonderful in the winter. So that's where we're at so far. And now, Andy, in here. That's right. He's getting started on the fire pit. I've been bringing some rocks over, so we're gonna get started on that. And this will hopefully be a cool experience. We've never done a fire pit in shelter before, so this will be interesting. So the idea behind this fire pit is we're gonna have rocks lining this area that Andy's kind of digging out, and then we're just kind of a small fire going in here in the winter. The main fire is gonna be actually back here outside, where it's gonna be heating up all the rocks around it. And so we're gonna hope that it's gonna create a chimney effect. It's gonna pull all of the smoke out of the shelter, and most of the heat will stay in the shelter from the hot rock radiating the heat back in. So that's what we're up to, and we're gonna get back at it so we can hopefully get this done today. So the nice thing about the area that we picked, excuse me, is that we're, once you get down a couple inches, it goes from soil straight to sand. So the fire pit we're building on is actually just going to be straight on sand. So there's not a lot of risk of it running off and being in a wildfire situation or anything like that, which is really good. During the winter, usually it's not a concern, but right now it's a big concern. So we're always trying to stay mindful. We've cut all the roots out of this area so that way nothing kind of goes awry when we start a fire in it.
Get a little bit of sand because it will not burn. I'm just gonna sprinkle that in the edges. Oh, across it.
All right, here's what we got so far for our winter camp. So you come in here, we got the walls all pretty much closed in with moss, really nice and tight. The roof is seamless. Nothing is coming through there. And then we got the fire pit. Oh man, look at that, it goes outside. So we're gonna be able to have a chimney, so we'll be able to have this at night while it's winter. So it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be nice and toasty warm. I'm gonna go around the back. Look at all of this. Oh man. Just look at that green. That green roof just looks gorgeous. And then there's the fire pit we've been working on. So the fire's deep down in there. And then all the smoke comes up through here. And keeps us.
What's up, guys?
Woo! Saying hey.
Oh! You knocked over some of the rocks.
Oh, that's alright.
Well.
Alright. So that is what we have so far. I think we're gonna try out the fire pit now, see if it's gonna blow anything up or set the whole thing on fire. So we're gonna set up the camera, get a fire going, and see what happens. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps it out. And also, as always, please subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. This is a pretty cool shelter that we've got going so far for the winter. We want to bring some tarps in and close in these sides and eventually close this in so it's completely encased within itself. The fire pit is unreal. It's actually way warmer. It's probably about 20 degrees out there right now. And it's probably a good 30, 32 in here with just the fire going. And it's just a little baby fire. So that's pretty cool. And it's not smoking us out because we have the chimney. And we think it's going to be a pretty solid winter shelter. What do you think, Andy?
This is awesome. It was a hard day's work.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see its potential in the winter time.
Yeah.
And once we get some tarps on here, I mean, it's really warm even right now. It's, I mean, given it's like plus 24 or something. No, it's, for how small that fire is, it's keeping this actually toasty in here.
It's pretty sweet.
It's got potential.
We're also going to be putting in some beds, some raised beds later on, but we're going to have to do that another day because we're running out of daylight real quick. And we got to get out of here. So that's it for us. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 3. Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks for checking out the video. Andy and I are back working on the winter shelter. It is a little worse for wear. We came back and there was a little bit of damage to it, probably just from high winds around here. It's been crazy windy the last few weeks. It has been about 3 weeks since we've been out here.
About that.
Yeah, so it did receive a little bit of damage, so we got to kind of clean that up and get a little bit more work done on it. So we're gonna fix that up, probably do a good time-lapse shot of us running around doing that, and then get into some more building. We're camping this one, and so we'll be spending the night, which we're excited for because it's been a minute since we've done that. All right, so Andy and I are gonna head over to the shelter, check it out, see what's kind of broken and what's damaged, see what we have to repair, and then we're gonna move on from there.
See you over there. We're gonna put another post right here. Since a few of these are falling out, we just need a little more support here. So we're gonna cut 2 posts out, one go over there and over there. They're gonna be as high as the roof here. And this piece is cut just enough to fit the inside here. So they're gonna go on the inside. And then we'll raise this up, tie it up, and basically do a half-sized ridge pole across here just to keep these up here. So So we got our 2 posts in here, and we're about to get our half ridge pole here, halfway down. So what I'm going to do is actually prepare 2 ropes here at the Canadian jam knot, just ready to go. The weight will be actually distributed through 3 different parts here. We got the center pole in there now, so structurally things are looking a little more sound here. A little bit extra. Oh no, we got extra, we're good. Up through the rabbit hole. The really tight rabbit hole. Oh my God. There we go. Yeah. Nice. There, in, and done. I guess if it holds them in place, yeah.
Jamming that?
No. I don't remember what this is called, but we use the tie up to column. There are aspens everywhere. And if it can hold 400 or 500 pounds of branches, then I mean. I believe you come back around like that. Yep, and then we just do that.
And we are waterproof. So right now we are building our bed frames out of just logs, deadfall that's kicking around the forest. These are our main logs that are getting us up off of the ground, and we have longer logs that we're going to be laying on that will stretch the distance of the shelter. So we're going to get building on the bed frame and hopefully find some good moss that's really nice, thick and soft, so we can make a nice kind of mattress on it, so we're not laying on hard logs. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
We weren't able to get as much done today as we wanted to, unfortunately. When we got here, the shelter roof had basically collapsed in. Most of it was still up, but a lot of the pieces that we had left loose had fallen because the back brace that we had put in had fallen off. We thought it was securely on, but apparently it wasn't, and so it caused a lot of the roof beams to fall in. So we had to spend a lot of time rebuilding the roof and then putting in the roof
kind of support or safety catch in case anything decides to fall in the middle of night, in the middle of the night on us. So we've got that going. We've got our beds, and we're feeling pretty good, but we are both tired. It's been a really hot day. It's really muggy. There's a lot of smoke from all the wildfires around, so it's a different feel. So it's kind of just like it grips you differently. But that's probably all the building we're gonna do for today. We're probably gonna get some food going, kind of just hang out, see if there's anything interesting around here, maybe do some exploring. We'll see. But other than that, that's it for the build for this episode. So if that's what you're here for, you can get out of here. But if you're here for the camping, that is what we're up to now. We'll show you kind of what we're doing, while we're doing it, what we're eating, and if we're making coffee or anything. But that is it for building today. It is time for food. This is literally the first meal I've had today. I am starving, so this is much needed. And it's super hot, so I'm gonna let this cool down and then I'm gonna eat. Sandy and I are calling it a night. It is 9:30 now, but we are both exhausted. It was kind of a rough day putting this all back up together. We expected to have a lot more time to be able to put some walls up and stuff, but we spent a lot more time than we thought we would repairing the roof. But we did get the beds put in, which was a big goal for the day. We're looking forward to some bacon. We forgot the eggs, sad, but you know, we got bacon and coffee, so 2 of the 3 food groups, so I think we're doing okay.
Essentials.
All right, we'll see you in the morning. Good night.
Good morning. We are just getting moving. We are up around 7:45. We're kind of having a nice, relaxing, lazy morning. The beds performed wonderfully. We both slept pretty good. And now it's time for coffee and food. So I'm gonna get moving, and I'm gonna get the nectar of the gods rolling. It is coffee time. That's hot, so I'm gonna let this chill out a bit. The coffee's ready, life is good. It started raining when we were making coffee, which is kind of fun because we get to test how good the tarp is and kind of how the shelter's working and everything. I'm catching a little bit of water coming through this open side here a bit, because I'm kind of close to the edge of the shelter itself. So we're gonna definitely have to close in this wall and then kind of seal this up here. And same on Andy's side because he's getting a bit wet too. But coffee's done. Looks like Andy's getting ready to spark up the bacon. And we are gonna get grubbing.
Over there. Get sprayed with a little bit of oil. Morning glory from bacon. I love it. I am the moon. and the sun and the bacon.
Oh, that bacon looks good, boy.
He's cooked up beautifully. Skin and heat do not go well together, so I gotta put this glove on.
Oh yeah. That'll wake you up in the morning. Good bacon. Hell yeah. Camp is all cleaned up. Our log beds held up really well last night. Pardon the gunfire in the background. We didn't get to have a fire in our lovely fire pit this trip because of the fire ban, but hopefully next time. And then as we come around the back, kind of looks a little more shanty-like, but it's definitely waterproof. So, I don't know, pros and cons. But the tarp really helped a lot, especially when it was raining earlier today. It's supposed to be raining more, so that's why we're leaving still. But that is our shelter so far. This area is what we want to work on next. We're planning on doing something with it this trip, but it's just not feasible this time. But I think we're gonna go with tarping this in with some tarps instead of logging it, just because it's quicker and easier because we're lazy. Haha. Same thing with that stuff. And then eventually we do want to come out and build a nice big cooking area all the way around. So that's it for the shelter. Andy and I are heading out now. So thanks for watching, and make sure you check out part 4 when it comes out. Give the video a big thumbs up to make sure we know that you're looking forward to it. We're gonna get out of here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Andy and I are finally back at the winter camp that we are building for this year's winter season. We have not been out here for what, 3 weeks, month?
About a month now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
A bunch of stuff came up for us. We weren't able to get out here as much as we wanted to. But we're back finally to be able to do some building and get this winter camp ready. So we're gonna show you what we're working on in this video and what we're improving, what we're fixing, and we're gonna go from there. So in this trip, we're planning on filling in these sides so that way we don't have cross breeze coming in. We retain a lot more heat in the winter.
This is not supposed to be a big raging fire. That's what the point of the rocks are, to retain that heat. A small fire in here, and we can also dig this down further. This is sand here. And out here is where our main fire is gonna be. This is where the kitchen area is gonna be, out here. Sometimes you just can't escape the gunfire. It's currently raining quite a bit. But it is dry as a bone in here. All you can hear is the pitter-patter on the tarps.
So as we were putting the side tarps up, obviously it started raining on us, so we were really happy to get those up and secured into place. As you can see, it's doing a bang-up job. Everything is sealed up really nice and tight now. We have a few air pockets in the log work that we want to fill in a bit. But other than that, we're pretty happy with the way the shelter's going. In the meantime, we're probably going to be making some food and get some coffee going. It's coffee time. Well, we got the tarp up. Really happy about that because it's been raining non-stop for quite a while now. So we're keeping this whole area dry and protected. We got the fire pit in. We're really excited to get this going. We found it kicking around here. I think someone just kind of abandoned it, so we kind of decided to put it to use out here. We definitely have a lot more work to get done here. This whole tarp setup, this is not permanent. This is going to be coming down once we are able to make a more permanent kind of structure. What are we cooking up?
We got steak.
How's it, Andy? Tasty? Yeah?
It's got a little bit of char on it too, which is pretty good.
Alright, yeah, that's really good. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for checking it out. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up so we know you're looking forward to part 5. We're going to get this fire out, make sure it's good and dead, and we're going to get out of here. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Stick around for part 5.
See you next time, guys. One second. Soak it, stir it, soak it.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Andy and I are back at the winter shelter. It has been quite some time since we've been here. It's been standing for about 2 months now, so we're pretty confident with the construction of it so far. This trip, we're planning on putting a roof up around here so this temporary tarp situation can be rectified. But before that, we're gonna get to cooking. We're here a little earlier than we're used to, so we decided we're gonna cook some breakfast, make some coffee, and then get to building. Well, we're gonna get to the food, and then we'll get to building. All right.
Let's go.
Oil. I want coffee.
Hot chocolate, baby.
coffee time.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that hits the spot. A cup of coffee, 1 pound of bacon. Breakfast of champions.
Let's dig in. This guy. I mean, bacon is bacon, so I'm not gonna complain.
Oh, it's actually pretty tasty.
It's pretty good.
Time to get this roof started.
So somebody tried to put an axe to this tree, but obviously they weren't fully committed to it. But all the bark is also stripped off this thing, meaning this thing is going to die within the year now because it needs the bark to actually survive. It is starting to go yellow, and we don't actually cut down live trees here. We don't like to, especially with how much deadfall is here, so we're just going to take advantage of that. But unfortunately, this is one tree that's actually not going to make it, so might as well take advantage of it right now and just finish the process. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a long one. Now we can do a bow line here. Go around. There we go. A little windy. All right, that's one. Around one more. Oh yeah.
So we got all the framework up for the roof the way we want it. It's nice and secure, and there's lots of supports for all of the snow weight that we're gonna get in the winter. The tarp that we had hanging down here, just tied up with paracord, we reused and put up along over top of the framework that we have. It was a lot smaller than we had anticipated or thought it was, and didn't realize how much more tarp we were gonna need. The next time we come out here, we're definitely gonna be bringing out more tarps to be able to enclose this a lot more but this shelter is really starting to turn into something very comfortable. Very comfortable. So that's it for us for this video. We got the structure for the roof all set up. We got one of the tarps up that we planned on getting finished. Next time we're out here, which is going to be next week, actually we're staying out here for 2 nights, but more to that later. We are going to have more tarps that kind of finish off the roof, and we're going to try to enclose this the best that we can. We're really excited to spend a couple days out here, really fine-tuning the camp and getting it all ready for winter. That's why we were cutting all the firewood and getting everything stacked up really nice. We're getting prepared for our little couple night trip out here that we're going to be doing next week.
It's going to be fun.
We're really excited for it. We have a lot planned for the shelter. It's not done yet, but so far it's looking pretty good. We're really happy with the way it's coming along, and hopefully soon it's going to be sealed up pretty tight. Alright, so we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up so we know you're looking forward to part 6. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching.
See you guys.
We're going to go ahead and get this tarp down, start enclosing all of the side walls.
-7, which is looks like it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hey, what's going on everyone? Thanks for checking out the video. Andy and I are back at our winter camp, and clearly it has snowed quite a bit since we were here last. We're excited because we're going to be here for 2 nights, 3 days, and we definitely have a lot of work that we got to get done on the shelter because snow got everywhere. We have a bunch of tarps that we are going to be sealing the rest of the shelter up with. We are excited to get everything sealed up and pump in with heat. We're going to get to it. Time to get this fire going. It is chilly out today. Alright, now that we got the fire going, got most of the snow cleared out of the shelter, and we got our gear over here, we're going to go ahead and get this tarp down and start enclosing all of the side walls. So we got the roof done just in time. The snow has started again. It started snowing outside. We could hear it start sprinkling down on the tarps above us. But the shelter's completely enclosed in now. We have a kind of tent door behind the camera, and we are really happy with it so far. It is warm as warm could be in here. We are super happy. All the smoke is ventilating out the top here, and it is working like a charm. It is barely smoky at all. So now we're gonna probably get to building a bit more of our fire pit. We haven't finished it completely yet, and on this trip we're planning on completing it so we can use it overnight.
Yeah, we got a lot of warmth on this side, and so once we get that set up, we have a little bit of warmth in there, not a big fire back there, and together the heat will just, it'll be really nice, and all the smoke just goes up and out.
Our main goal for the rest of this video is going to be finishing up that fire pit and making sure it's safe to use at night, while one of us stays up and watches the fire, just in case, you know, the worst will happen. We can get out of here pretty quick. So I've run out of fire starter, and instead of going out and buying some, I decided to make it. I saw this cool YouTube video that my buddy did at Boyer Bushcraft. Shout out to you, buddy. It's a really great video. He makes char cloth, and so I'm going to attempt doing it, and I hope it goes well. I don't quite have the same materials as he did. I have a coffee can, some 100% cotton material, and then instead of a lid, because there's a plastic lid, I have tin foil. He did his in kind of like a paint can that he drilled a hole into. His result was really cool. It works really, really well, so I wanted to give it a try. So I'm going to put it directly on the grate and see how it turns out. It's supposed to produce a lot of smoke, apparently. Alright, now that I have all my material in my coffee can, I'm going to cover the top with some tin foil, but I'm going to leave a little hole in the top for all the smoke to escape.
So that is the char cloth that I got out of a couple shirts that were 100% cotton. So I'm gonna light that up tonight so you can get a good view of the ember. This stuff lights up super easy.
So we went out and we got a lot of big rocks here. We want to try to get a rock ceiling here, or at least try to really enclose this a lot more.
So currently Andy is figuring out how he's gonna get all the rocks that we gathered up built kind of Jenga style in a way that will protect our wood infrastructure, so that way we can have a fire safely during the night.
So as I'm doing this, figuring this out, I've got 3 rocks here as a bit of a foundation. We're gonna leave all this open back here. I would like to have the rocks all against the wood here, just to kind of help reflect the heat along here. It acts as the chimney. This is the back wall of the chimney, and this is gonna be a bit of a filler and a bit of a post as well to hold up these rocks here, because I'm gonna build up more rocks on these sides.
And he's all done with the protective stone wall. He's just chopping up some firewood right now. Getting it all ready to be sparked up for the first time with its modifications. And we got the big fire going over there.
Okay, we got our chimney fire pit here. As you can see, there's rocks now built up, covering up the top log here and the sides as well. So I have a pile of pine sticks here that are all dead. We got a little bit of Dean's charcoal right here, which we found this stuff actually lights up really, really nicely. What we're gonna use is some of the moss here. We have a lot of moss just out of disposal around here. So I'm gonna make a little bed of moss with that, and then have a little bit more to put on top of it. Get our charcoal right in the middle. I've never lit a fire before using charcloth, so this is pretty cool that you did this out here. Let's see if we can go for one. Oh. So this fire is working perfectly as we wanted it here too. These rocks are keeping the flames from actually lighting this up as long as we keep the fire down. And all the smoke is being pulled right out through the rocks.
It's a lot of pasta.
Pasta is all finished.
Time to eat.
Oh, that's good. It's my wife's spaghetti sauce. It's delicious. Good job, babe. You killed it.
Alright, so I have a thermometer sitting out here on my truck because I wanted to see how cold it actually is out here. Alright. Looks like it is -7 right now. -7, which looks like it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo! Alright, so here is the thermometer. Look at that. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees Celsius in here. That is a beautiful thing. It is nice and toasty warm. It's -7 degrees outside. Hanging out. +20 degrees in our shelter. That is pretty freaking cool.
You look like shit.
Fuck you.
Alright, well, that is it for us tonight. We had a lot of fun today getting the shelter all basically winter ready. We got a freak snowfall that we weren't expecting, which was kind of fun to deal with. Gave us a lot of challenges that we weren't expecting today. The fire pit is ripping back there, doing everything that we needed to do. Setting everything on fire that it's supposed to. Nothing that it's not supposed to as I check it and get paranoid.
Nothing's on fire except the actual fire pit, so we're okay.
Other than that, it's been a good day. The spaghetti we had for dinner was delicious. I am excited to make some bacon and eggs for breakfast in the morning, and of course I'm going to make several cups of coffee. But we are going to head to bed, and I think we will see you in the morning. Yeah?
That sounds good to me.
Alright. Good night, guys.
See you in the morning.
Oh, good morning. I am back to the land of the living. I slept wonderfully. It's currently just after 7. I'm gonna get some coffee going because I'm in dire need, and then it's breakfast. Next on the agenda. Alright, I'm gonna get moving.
Well, night 1 is complete of our trip out here, and now we are getting started on day 2. Got a bunch of stuff planned for kind of the area surrounding the fire pit on those back walls. The in-shelter fire pit that is behind me is working wonderfully. Not an issue, not anything going wrong with it at all. Last night we burned pretty much all night. Let it kind of peter out early this morning around 6 a.m. but other than that it was going all night. But this beast right here in front of me, this was keeping us good and warm all night. We just had to make sure we kept it stocked, loaded up real good, and you know, it would provide for us. Now finally it's coffee time. Oh, that is a good cup of coffee. There's nothing better than camping coffee. I don't know what the difference is between regular life coffee and camping coffee, but there's something incredible about this brown water out in the forest. Look at it out here this morning. It is stunning out. It's so quiet.
Breakfast is ready. I am starving. So happy to eat. Yep. That's good. Now the best part. Time to do the dishes. Yay.
Just a quick break. Oh. Yeah, needed that.
So I went ahead and took the chainsaw and cut these lengthwise to give us a flat surface for the tabletop, as opposed to just using logs like our bench here. With some heavier wood here, we have ourselves a bit of a tabletop, so now I'm going to get started on the actual table itself. This way. There you go.
Oh, you are the best. Thank you. Well, Andy, thanks for the grub, buddy.
It's simple, it's easy, it's good, it's camping food.
Nothing wrong with camping food.
It's delicious, my man. That's fantastic, man. Really good.
A little more seasoning would have helped for sure.
Still, it's good. Maybe just a little bit of like salt and pepper.
I didn't add any salt and pepper. I
Yeah.
didn't have any.
But that's kind of what it's missing, is just like salt and pepper.
Well, that was a really great meal. I really enjoyed Andy's camping chili. Obviously he did. It's been quite a long day for us. It's actually quite cold. It's the first cold snap of the year. It's a little bit of an adjustment for us. That's why we're happy to get out here and kind of test out the shelter for a couple days. We are headed to bed and we will catch you in the morning. Good night.
Oh, good morning. It's just about 6:30 and I am wide awake, so I'm gonna get up and get the coffee brewing. Slept pretty good last night though. Can't complain. But I am really in need of a cup of coffee.
It's coffee time, and I really need it this morning, so I'm pretty happy. Sleeping Beauty's finally up.
Not that beautiful. I'm sleepy though.
Oh, that's piping hot, but is it good? Oh man, this is delicious. And thank goodness it's coffee time.
It is a frigid cold morning out. As you could see, there is hardly any sun this morning. It's all cloud cover. It's been snowing on and off. I don't know if the camera picked it up at all, but we've been able to hear all the snow hitting the tarps around us. We're pretty happy to be in here, but we do have to get going, so we got to pack up and get this place cleaned up and squared away before we can get out of here. We spent a good chunk of time this morning just hanging out, enjoying coffee. Andy had a good old cup of hot chocolate. Yeah, we've just been chilling mostly, kind of warming up, warming our bones, and getting ready to face the bitter cold that it is outside. Yesterday when we woke up, it was only about -2. This morning when we woke up, it was -6, so it's 4 degrees colder, and it's the beginning of the season, so we're not quite used to it yet. So it's pretty cold. It took a little bit for us to get motivated this morning. So, how you doing this morning, Andy?
I'm alright, feeling tired, but I had a good time for sure.
Sleep okay?
Yeah, it was a good sleep.
Yeah?
Comfortable.
Slept like a baby. Alright, we're gonna get to cleaning up camp.
Well, that about does it for us. We have packed everything up. Everything is all squared away. All that we are leaving behind is what we've made. It's a pretty satisfying feeling knowing that winter is settling in and we have the winter shelter completed, and we were able to spend a couple nights in -7, -8, and we were both pretty comfortable. So I'd say it's a success, and now we just got to push it and see how cold we can go with this shelter and be able to stay comfortable.
It's just in time too.
When we arrived, there was snow all over the ground, and we didn't have any of these walls built up or the roof done or anything, so we kind of had to get to it and build everything up. It's just been snowing ever since, so it feels like winter is finally here. It's the middle of October. In Canada, that's a little normal. The rest of the world, that's a little weird, but winter's here.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you very much for watching. Also, drop a comment below if you want to see us make anything around the shelter during the winter season. Let us know. We really want to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.